The Acer Team Story Cup 1-all. Score currently displayed up here shows it's 3-2 in the favor of mYinsanity. We are back on the North American server. A lot of server swapping to accommodate these two players, as Jjakji is currently living in the mYinsanity house over in Europe. Impact, of course, living in the team house in Korea. So, North America, kind of that middle ground. I'm Rifkin, joined today by Zombie Grub. And before we even get into the game, big shoutouts to Inf Panic, Sub Hype. Thank you for your subscription, man. Enjoy double partoos, and don't forget to ace Kate on your way out. But let's get into this. Spawning in the top left corner of the map, representing Axiom Esports, it's going to be the Red Zerg player, Axiom's Impact.
On the bottom right, coming up from mYinsanity, it is the Blue Terran, Jjakji.
So it is worth noting, of course, Impact recently qualified for Code A. And I said it before, I'll say it again. If there's one player in this matchup who's probably best met to go against Jjakji, it's going to be Impact. Crank might be their next kind of go-to, but the reality is, Jjakji's just such a strong player right now.
Well, Impact is now officially a Code B player.
Oh, Code B, sorry. Ooh.
Yeah, but he did make it into Code A. He just
I stayed up that night. You know, and if you guys know me, I don't usually get to watch a lot of Korean start. I don't get to watch GSL live a lot of time. I have to go back through VODs and stuff because it starts at a really bad time for me, and I'm usually in bed pretty early. But I stayed up that night specifically to watch Impact. I was cheering him on. I was kind of poking like him through Twitter, tagging all the things. I was really stoked when he qualified. That was pretty cool. But now you've had to go and ruin that, Zombie Grub. Why are you like this?
I can't even stay up to watch Fantasy tonight. It's at 5 a.m. I'm so sad.
Actually, small note what is going on. We do have that earlier gas coming out of Impact. This is, of course, I think, in position of Reapers. You'll see a lot of Zerg players kind of... They'll either go for that quicker hatchery and hope to get a lot of queens out to deal with the Reapers, or they'll go for the faster speed to shut it down, but he can't delay his hatchery for too long.
Yeah, it was a 14 pool, 14 gas, reverse that actually. So it was pretty darn fast, and we have seen Zerg players, you know, mix this in rather than just going for the standard hatch first and whatever else they want. You know, it's really surprising for the Reaper to go in there and already see Lings out and speed already morphing.
Well, it's more shocking than that to see no hatchery when you get over here. Yeah, definitely
no hatch. If you even check the hatch, sometimes you just assume that it's there to jump up right into the main, but this also... I felt like maybe if, you know, since Jjakji has done like proxy Reaper stuff before on this map, I think that might have been why.
That is a really good point. I totally forgot because it's been a while since I've cast Jjakji, but this guy is notorious for either going for all-ins early with Terran or like 888 type things. So Impact actually perhaps just playing to the player rather than the matchup or the map. That's actually kind of smart. Unfortunately, not what happened, but I didn't actually think about that.
Yeah. So you also got to take into consideration that the speed timing will be a lot more different. Now, I don't think Jjakji actually... they're waiting for speed.
They're kind of like bears in a cave.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But instead of finishing at 6 minutes, which is the usual, it's going to finish at 5 minutes now. So Jjakji has to be aware of that if he really did scout and see, oh, that hatchery's really late. I need to send my Reaper back, like, now. Unfortunately, this one might die. The other one is standing, waiting for possibly the 2 Lings that come by. But those are going to be speedlings, bro.
I think he should still be okay to defend him. He's got the wall up, the command center, maybe not that much damage, or that's...
As long as you know it's coming, then yes, this is actually defendable, but... Oh, we just straight up canceled it. Oh.
Wow.
I kind of expected him to try and dance more and take the low ground command center, even still. But you don't know what's following this up. It's a scary decision. His Reaper's not over there scouting.
Oh, sorry, just a small note what's going on. The guy who subbed actually was really banned in chat. I don't know why, but there we go. He's fixed. You're officially unbanned, sir.
Thanks for subscribing. Have a ban.
Yeah, no, I think he sent me a message on Twitch. I just checked it. I guess he was banned beforehand by mistake. But for those who don't know, just a small note: if you see yourselves getting timed out in chat because you've linked something, it's just because the bot is going crazy on you. It's just a timeout. It doesn't even last more than like 5 seconds. So don't freak out, guys, because I've seen that happen about 2 or 3 times so far. And he's focusing on the game, though. Impact with a couple Lings. Again, like, the craziest thing was getting a cancel. I can't believe that happened. That's not something you're usually afforded the option to do or the availability to do, but I guess in this crazy circumstance preparing for Jjakji, it doesn't seem like much, guys, but as a Terran player, having to cancel a command so that's 90% complete, then rebuild on the high ground and turn it into an orbital, that is so much time lost.
It is a big deal. It also messes up your whether or not your supply blocked. That messes up if you don't take into consideration the command center should have been finished. So, and I don't think it really should have happened. I think that was a bit too much of a hasty reaction from Jjakji. You can dance, and it's well worth dance, because I mean you're either stalling your command center for so long, or you're entirely rebuilding a new one. Like, both sound like problems, but I think one sounds better than the other. I don't know, but
well, actually, I'm looking back. I think it might actually have been better to cancel it, though, because the reality is, well, you can dance. If the eventuality is that you would lose that dance anyways, then you've wasted even more time, right?
Well, Hellions eventually come out. Like, yeah, Heavy Rain isn't really that close to a ledge, so the Reapers have a better chance of getting surrounded and killed if they're trying to dance, but I don't know. Well, the decision that he made, at least he made it. At least he didn't, like, teeter and then cancel, like, 20 seconds later, too. It was immediate, so yeah, that's good. And he's going to try and make up for that loss, I think, just, or, well, rather he was. I thought he was going to go for Banshees, but he didn't. He just goes for a Viking. Yeah,
and I kind of like this. There's 3 Overlords nearby right for the picking, so this kills pretty quick.
It's really good that he didn't go for Banshees, because it is going to be a much faster Spire for this game, actually. It's actually going to be a okay time Spire, but, off of 2 base still. Not that 12 minutes that you're pretty used to. So if he had gone for a Banshee, they would have been shut down pretty hard, and then he wouldn't have had a lot of Marines back at home.
I'm surprised these Hellions are still alive. With the Speedlings out earlier, normally you would expect them to get those surrounds off, be able to actually deal with these, but diving through that bunker, I don't know, it feels just a bit wasteful to impact. But anyways, Jjakji playing a little bit of pressure here. Normally these Hellions are kind of like, haha, you're shooting a building, whatever, but the Reapers add just that little bit of extra DPS you need to make this a true threat. So we do see the Queens over here already. Nice creep spread allowed him to do this, and the Overlord helping a little bit too. This Reaper, the main. Oh, was going to scout that Spire.
That's a nice little move right there. Shave off 1 Reaper and get a really good scout, and even get... No, I don't get it around.
That popped like midair. That's actually really cool.
But that's pretty fortunate. He gets to throw up those missile turrets, because his Marine count isn't exactly low, but it's low enough you can't defend 2 places comfortably, like much less 3. He's getting that 3rd command center, which is kind of a... Well, I guess there's not going to be a lot of Lings, so I guess this isn't as ballsy as it looks, but...
So the Mutalisks are going to be a threat. There's no turrets down. Well, sorry, there's 1 turret down, but that doesn't cover much. Like, that's meant to intercept Mutalisks coming directly from the north, I guess. But with no Marines in that bunker, he can actually just fly through this. Picks up a couple in the natural. Reaper goes down. Snipes off a Hellion. All these free kills for him back. As long as he doesn't lose these Mutalisks. Oh, I like the fact that he's going for the reactor, too. Cutting out reactors and add-ons for Terran players really shuts him down in the early game. But,
he doesn't...
doesn't quite get it. But I was going to say, overstimming a little bit, there's Jjakji. Has to be worried. Because Marines are a threat to Mutalisks, but not if they have 10 health. Well,
those were deflected fairly easily. I mean, they did okay damage,
one of the things, too, we often see in TVZ is that players don't have enough Banelings. Impact's going to have so many Zerglings out right now because he's not over-investing in Mutalisks at the moment. That's a lot of gas for Banelings.
Well... I don't know, I feel like the initial attack that Jjakji is prepared to do actually benefits more from, like, less Banelings. Like, 8 Banelings is pretty good. Oh, and that's what he makes. Yes!
Well, that's Zombie Gub. You're so good at this game. Do you play this?
Right? Like, what up? But, like, anything more is kind of excessive, so... I think it's a pretty perfect amount that he's going to be able to defend with. These mutas are on the other side of the map, unfortunately, so Jjakji will be able to pick up in the medevac and continue this pressure. Or just win the fight, whatever. That's cool. That's cool, Jjakji, whatever.
Well, Banelings are going to actually get some connects off, though. With the Hellions going down, this actually becomes a little bit safer to engage afterwards, but you're right. Mutalisks need to be at home right now, but the Banelings get right connected to this Marines. Jjakji with the focus fire, though, still takes another big hit at the end. And the Mutalisks should be able to clean this up now. The Marine count's actually fairly low.
No, I actually don't think it's worth sending the mutas in. Oh, actually, he only gets... No, he gets 2 mutas, okay.
These morphin' Banelings that were blocking out the Zerglings for getting to the Marine.
Jjakji actually handled all of that really, really well. Oh, free medevac! Free.
Oh, full of units too?
No.
Oh, and he gets a nice catch in that medevac. 3 Marines without support can't really do too much. Still, though, this is a bit odd to see how to impact, because normally you expect to see that overwhelming amount of Mutalisks. He, in fact, did this yesterday too, kind of, granted it was versus Protoss, but I remember specifically going, like, why so many mutas? This time though, it's a bit odd to see. He doesn't have many. He's got one corruptor. Is that a misclick?
Whoops. Yeah, it's a misclick.
Yeah, he cancels
every
it.
once in a while.
You rarely see a Zerg player cancel something that's building, but
right. Actually, most of the time when they do that mistakenly, they don't cancel. They just use it like they're like, oh, I got a corruptor, like, and they park it to like the right of their main. Or something.
Maybe they'll soak a Bane or a Widowmine hit or something. Yeah.
But yeah, Jjakji, unfortunately losing that medevac really sucked because he had actually done pretty good damage with that initial attack. It's still okay though, still an even game, only down by about actually 16 supply exactly.
Dude, I know Jjakji's a good player. We haven't got to cast him for a while because he doesn't do the online cups and stuff. But you remember what he was doing last time we cast him? With the actual focus fire of the Widow Mines?
Oh, right? Yeah, and he was like, he totally knew about it too. He like knew we were like freaking out over it. He was like, yeah, I'm pretty good.
So to explain real quick, guys, like a lot of the times you'll see Terran players do Widow Mines. What they do is they're just going to plant them down and hope they do good. Jjakji is a player who actually does go out of his way to try and focus fire the Widow Mine hits to the best possible targets, to the Banelings, to the Mutalisks that are clumped up type thing. And with all this this investment in them, oh well, these ones aren't going to be very good at all. But I was going to say I'm really looking forward to see this. Now he does actually get quite a few Banelings for those 3 Widow Mines, but still. As Tunneling Claws coming out, or as they come out I should say, and a lot of Widow Mines in play, we're not going to see those random hits nearly as much as you would with other players. I'm really excited to watch how Jjakji handles this. But yeah, it's funny because Zombie Grump had asked, like we talked about it too, if he had done that, and Jjakji just kind of gave it like the smiley face, like yep.
Yeah, it was pretty. He knew what he did. Look at those Widow Mines!
Oh my god, there's no Overseer here though. There's no Overseer.
But he saw them burrow, so he knows not to go over there. Like you can when you know they're there, you can see how many are there. Like the burrow is actually really evident with Widow Mines.
This is like Jjakji setting it for like that IEM level.
But it would have been so close if the other ones didn't have to burrow, like because like some were like late to the party. I guess I think it would have done really well. I'm not really cheering for Jjakji. I like Impact and Axiom, and I want Axiom to win. But well, I love seeing those Widow Mine hits.
I think that's what's kind of nice, though, because like there's a lot of observers, so you get that sort of race bias in, but the reality is for me, and you, it seems a lot of the time, too, it's just like, we're just excited for good games. It doesn't really matter who wins, as long as the right player who deserves it comes out ahead. I like the burrowed Zerglings, by the way. He knows he can't have Overlord coverage, so he's got these burrowed Zerglings scattered across the map, the odd Baneling, too, and this is for scouting information. Banelings trying to come in here, unfortunately, will be picked off pretty quickly, but I mean, normally, you see these odd Banelings from time to time. It's kind of the broad Banelings. Maybe they get some good hits, maybe they don't. But, you know, just scattered across the map, he sees these Widow Mines coming. He knows the army's on the way. Oh, he might be able to sunburrow 2 Banelings, detonate these on the Marines.
Oh, no.
Yes! Not bad, not bad. Could have been better. Could have been better, but still, not bad of a hit. Widow Mines still on the front lines is going to be a big threat for these Zerglings. Mutalisks are across on the other side of the map and trying to roll in off of creep. I'm a little bit curious about these forced engagements, but takes out all the Widow Mines. Now the Zergling's a little bit less in danger. Let's go for, or Banelings roll into Jjakji's third base while this goes on. SCVs do go down. Some more should die. Oh, but he misses the hit with the Baneling. 29 workers dead. Mutalisks coming in to try and do a bit more damage. Jjakji perhaps caught a little bit off guard by that. I don't think he was expecting that. But the reason I find that shocking is because he's actively caught about 4 or 5 Banelings that have tried to come down this specific path 3 or 4 times already this game.
Persistence, man. Keep doing it. Eventually, they're gonna get something. Impact's playing a really great game. Like seriously, not just the Banelings and the Muni control, but I really like the idea of sending out Lings everywhere and having them burrowed, as well as all the Overlords that he can. You know, wherever they are, they're always moving out that creep. He's also taking care of the drops off to the right consistently. I know we haven't been focusing too much on it, but there's been at least 2, and there's also that force that's actually going up there. He's really dedicating to the north right now. Really wants to stop that 5th from going up.
You know, one of the things too, and this is just kind of talking outside the game more about the Acer Team Story Cup. We joke about it, but this is kind of like mYinsanity's ringer, so to speak. Like Jjakji's a really good player, and I think everyone on the team knows he's probably one of their best players. If he were to fall to Impact here, this would be devastating, I feel, to their team, because it'd be so difficult to then reel off of Impact and wait till they can resurrect Jjakji again for round 2. But of course, let's not forget to bring things into perspective. If Axiom loses this game, it then puts them on match point rather than in this comfortable zone. Because 3-2, it's not an easy zone to play in.
5th looks like it still will get up. Just need to send a few Lings over there. Actually, no, he just goes ahead and cancels it.
Oh, gotta be careful. That's a lot of Mutalisks, though. This is that 30+ amount that becomes really dangerous. I mean, to an extent, you still don't want to send these over 63 Marines, and you certainly don't want to have them clumped over 2 Thors, but this is a threat in a big way. Lots of turrets come down at Jjakji. I love this too. Whoa. He's one of the few players who do this. He'll stack 6 turrets at a time, but he always only does it on one side of the base. So it's very easy to come in from the other side and perhaps attack into this, but no Widowmines here. He's been checking for overseers.
Odd place to put Banelings. I suppose if they chase off that side, then that's actually a really good place to put them. Big chunk of units being caught out by Jjakji, who have sent a Marine over there to scout, I believe, and unfortunately, they could burrow again, at least force out some scans. So yeah, and split off, force out 2 scans.
Yeah, trying to split them off a bit. Not going to happen, unfortunately. We'll get some decent connects, but the Medivacs will just heal up that damage. Meanwhile, Mutilas actually snipe off a command center. What's going on? Oh, actually, no, I good cancel out of Jjakji. Marines come out to reinforce are giving it their all. He's on level 3 weapons at the moment, level 3 armor on the way, but these Mutilas clumped up like this just have so much volley potential. Look at that, half a reactor in 1 volley. So much damage on these Mutilisks. Goes for the reactor on the medevac as well. Might even get the, oh god, if he went for the engineering bait, never mind, these turrets there.
Yeah, that's too scary.
Banelings are going to roll in once again, though. Widowmine connects will be all they get, sadly. Holy, what? How does that live? 6 health on that Widowmine?
I know, right? The direct, I guess it doesn't count as a direct hit.
It must just be 2 splash damage hits rather than the initial hit.
Yeah, it's so weird. Well, 3 because it includes self, doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't think they can friendly fire themselves. I think they can friendly fire other Widowmines.
Right. Yeah, I'm always. Okay.
You know, Terrans hurt themselves a lot. It's easy to get confused to the degree in which we hurt ourselves. But Ultralisk finally coming out a little bit here. I like Ultralisk Mutalisk. I think this is a really strong composition. Only made better by Infestors, of course. But what we see out of Jjakji, or sorry, Impact rather behind this too, is he's getting the Adrenal Glands. He's 3/3. He's got a lot of Banelings available. I think in a direct engagement with no micro A move versus A move, Impact's got a better potential. But the reality is it's not going to be A move versus A move. Jjakji's going to be a man who's quick to his fingers, and Impact as well is going to be reacting. Will miss a drop for the first time this game, but that's because he's focused on trying to take out this base.
Oh, I was wondering if he's going to use this on the missile turrets, and he actually decides to. Unfortunately, Jjakji didn't let that just, you know, stay as is, so the mutas can swoop in and kill a bunch of stuff. He's actually immediately remaking all those missile turrets.
This
kind
is
a failed plan, actually.
This is a Marauder drop, though. What's scary about this is it's not potential damage to drones, but it will snipe off buildings very quickly. So if the Spire goes down, that could be a bit devastating to a player who's been relying so heavily on Mutalisks. It looks like that may just happen. If he rushes home, I don't know if he'll have the DPS to stop this in time.
Well, there's another drop off to the left, as well as an army moving out towards the right, so Jjakji is attacking multiple fronts. This one's going to get cleaned up, but that one of the mains still going strong, taking out the spawning pool, I believe, right now. This one
the Ultra needs to disengage. He'll take out some Marines, but it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah, no, and the spawning pool does in fact go down. Impact not too quick on rebuilding these tech structures, unfortunately, so he needs to recognize he lost his spawning pool, not just his Spire.
He's maxed out for the time being, though. A couple of Banelings going to roll in a little bit early, but without that the Ultra support, without Baneling or Zergling support, does get some decent hits, mind you, but still loses the hatchery. Thor's going to focus fire on these Mutals that are clubbed so crazy. Gotta be careful. Thor's can be the scariest thing for a Zerg player.
I'm so scared about him not having a spawning pool, and I just want to make sure that he doesn't. Okay, no, he doesn't. Because, like, yeah, he's trying to max out an Ultras, so maybe he can push that off for a little while longer, but there's going to be a point in time where, like, seriously, Lings add so much to a composition. If, like, you know, things barely go your way, you can swamp with Lings faster than they can swamp with Marines or Marauders if they think they're going to go ahead and go with Ultras again.
Well, more importantly than that, too, let's not forget the Banelings. You can't make them without the Zerglings. But, repairing that Widowmine, by the way, that's 6 HP Widowmine from earlier. That's some dedication. Unfortunately, we'll go down. But it's a hit off before dying. So these Mutals now a little bit too scared to engage the Marines as they're all in the yellow.
Oh, I really don't think he's recognized the lack of spawning pool. Ah, that's so weird.
I think that's going to be a huge... It sucks that could be what costs him the game.
Yeah, well, he goes into the main. He's going to get some free kills, Medevacs, Widowmines, Marauders that come in here before the Marines do. Just the nature of the beast, unfortunately. He can go off to the left. No, he can't.
He's going to clump top of the...
Oh, no!
Oh, that's a big hit on those Mutalisks. Loses about a quarter of them.
Gonna run into the Marines? Oh, they're waiting.
Oh, they're stuck. These Mutalisks are stuck.
Oh, the Widowmines aren't burrowed. He can actually go that way. Not anymore.
This becomes even more devastating. Oh, uses the Overlord to soak the hits, though. Still going to take a lot of damage over there. Another Widowmine going to go off. Bunker going to take out a lot of these. Impact just lost the majority of his army. Throws some Banelings over here towards the Planetary Fortress. But in an instant, Impact loses some of the most critical units he has. And because he has no spawning pool, there's no easy replacement.
Thank you. I was like, recognize for the love of God.
There we go.
He was on a spawning pool finally. After
you know what I think it is? I think it's the
What?
fact that he's got 2,600 minerals and realized he couldn't make anything.
I know, right? He's probably like hitting the buttons for Zerglings. He's like, what isn't it making anything? This is weird.
This is so... Losing those Mutalisks is so devastating. That gas count is gas he needed for Ultralists, for Banelings, for Infestors. But you know what's great though? The Infestors are they're gonna complement the Ultras just as well as the Mutalisks could have, even better to some regards, because you're gonna be able to hold the Marines in place. I mean, Marauders are technically good against Ultras, but only because they can kite away with Stim. If Marauders are forced to sit there in a face fight with a clump and a dot on top of them, they're gonna go down to Ultralists pretty quickly.
Yeah. He's getting a pretty perfect composition, honestly. All he's really missing is Lings and some Banelings. But you know, the Queens are full on some health, and like there's so many Ultras.
Transfuses, yeah, are gonna be a big part of this as well.
Oh, where the Infestors, though, they're there, but they don't want to go into that choke. That is a little too scary. Maybe if the Command Center wasn't there.
They need the Terrask upgrade for Zerg players with the Ultras Resurrects.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about like their versus building stuff that they used to have. Oh, targets down the Infestors, and the Impact isn't noticing. He's trying to attack the would-be 6th. Actually.
Oh, the creep block. The creep block at 30 minutes in the game.
Yeah. Dedication. But still, I mean, Jjakji still has a really good setup right here, and what he can do is he has so many Widow Mines, he can actually take some of those and put them off to the left of that third and make sure that that isn't an avenue of attack for Impact. But right now, Impact's too worried about his own 6th.
It's not even just that though. It's the SimCity setup there by the bunkers as well. Anyways, good infested Terrans to bait out some of the Widow Mine hits, but the Ultralists, they've got no support. There's no Lings with this. There's no Mutalisks transfusing like crazy on the ones on the front lines, but he's gonna be out of energy soon. Gonna push Jjakji back to the bunkers, but he can't really engage into this. Thors are picked up to be saved as well. Oh my god, Jjakji's control, Impact's attack. These players are Titans colliding, but we've got 4 Broodlords coming up next.
Hey, I haven't seen you guys in a while. Also, 6 more Infestors as he found the gas finally having that 5th base for more than just a few minutes. These Broodlords are going to be great for this specific scenario because seriously, Ultras can't push into a defensive position that Jjakji made up with those bunkers, which I really, really like that he did. But Broodlords can.
Hey, do you know what?
Jjakji doesn't have any Vikings.
That, and the fact that he's actually got melee upgrades, these Broodlings are actually a threat. Normally times you'll see Broodlords made and it's kind of funny. That's scumbag Widow Mine. But yeah, the Broodlings will soak the Widow Mine hits. They'll cause so much hell for the Thors to deal with. You know what? If you don't have Zerglings, get Broodlings. I guess that was Impact's thought process. But there are Banelings here. He's going to have that range advantage here initially. Marauders primarily in the bunkers, not Marines, so he doesn't even have the best DPS to necessarily deal with this. Thors could go transformation mode if they want, but even then, it's not the best Broodlord counter. Still waiting for Jjakji to engage. Impact on hold position. There we go. Unleash the Beast decides to go in. He's got so much here on the front lines. The Marine's going to get eaten by these Banelings, and fungal growth go on top of everything, and the Broodlord's still pushing beyond this. The Planetary Fortress soon to fall, and these SCVs. Oh god, these SCVs.
Man, I really, the transfuses from these Queens have really made this attack happen for Impact. I really think it's more so than anything else. I mean, the Broodlords helped cause the attack, but...
When's the last time you saw Broodlord Infestor Ultralisk Queen Mutalisk as the primary composition versus a player of Jjakji's caliber? This is like something you would see Impact doing, trolling low leagues on like the ladder, I feel.
Broodlords were such an intelligent decision, though. If he's stuck on Ultras, which is something that a lot of Zerg players do,
he would have lost.
That's a great way to lose a game, is to try and attack that fortified position without, with just Ultras.
Well, you know what? Breaking that becomes even more critical here because, of course, we never had Jjakji secure this lower left base.
I think he actually went down. Yeah, died. He doesn't have a command center to put there.
Yeah, he's actually on this Planetary Fortress and what remnants there are of minerals at this third base. This is looking really bad. Jjakji may just end up starving. He can't max out right now. He doesn't have the money for it.
He can't get Vikings either. I mean,
yeah, 3 Broodlords.
Yeah,
3 unstoppable Broodlords. Anything that tries to stim underneath this, normally you're like, okay, I'll just stim Marines, LOL. But the Infestors will stop that. The Ultralists will stop that. And beyond this, there's still a lot of Queens in the front line of Transfuse. I can't believe this is how Jjakji of anybody is going to go down, but this is going to be Impact's game. There's no question about it at this point. Planetary falls, no income anymore, period. Just these 3 mineral patches. Or sorry, 4.
Well, you know, when Terrans always face this position in Wings of Liberty, the first thing we did, recognizing we didn't have enough anti-air, drop everywhere. All their army is here, so drop at the 5th, drop at the 4th, continue on as most of their army, literally they don't have enough army or supply left to make defensive units back at home.
If Jjakji can come back, if Jjakji can turn this into a win, he is a god.
I don't think he can. I mean, it's always like this, like, you know, oh my god, maybe I'm gonna be able to bring it back. But seriously, like,
he's making the right moves though. I mean, we gotta give him that. It's not like choking it at home.
It's too late though. Like, the only way you can. If all the banelings die and all the infestors die, then that's when Jjakji actually has a chance, because you can kite the ultras technically all day and you can get under the broodlords with marines. But that's if you have an army.
You know what else has gone on behind this too? We're talking the bet system. There's 1,284 bets placed on Jjakji and like barely 400 on impact. There's going to be a really big payout after this game. Although, hold the phone, the infestors get a little bit greedy, so these broodlords now in a bit of danger from the marines. Why did he send those forward? Impact has lost his front line. We're getting so cheeky and ahead of ourselves, but Jjakji may have just turned this around. Jjakji kills all the broodlords, all the queens on the front lines. Impact has got 2,000 minerals in the bank, but nothing to fight with. Where are the Zerglings? Where's the Remax? Jjakji has a supply lead, or not supply lead, but an army supply lead.
One corruptor. You always make fun of me.
Oh my god, the one corruptor! This is like when you're in high school, it's like the nerd's time to shine type moment, like the cliche 90s movie move, but still the corruptor actually gonna pick off these medevacs is the only form of anti-air. Stimming away from these ultralists, Jjakji's got the potential to kill every single one of these.
This is what I'm talking about though. I just said if the banelings and the infestors all die, then you can fight ultras all day. This is what's happening. He needs something else to attack Jjakji's
14
army.
lings.
Jjakji will win.
Jjakji, by the way, guys, make no mistake, he's not trying to make any more SCVs. He's not trying to take another base. Banelings need to come into play. What are the ultralists doing?
What are you doing?
Impact! Oh my god! Okay, he's gonna get some decent connects with the ultras, but he still shouldn't be chasing this down. At least fight within the spine crawlers. They're your ranged units.
Oh my god.
Oh
he
my
used
god.
all this bank too. Like, that bank went down so fast. Lings are getting into the production, but honestly, Jjakji isn't producing. It's the fact that he's gonna win with what he has right now that is the problem.
Yeah, Lings are. I kind of think they just need to come back. Every unit's gonna matter right now. Hell, even a drone pull will be influential. But the infestors gotta get that fungal. Oh, but the medevacs. There's no anti-air, but the corruptor. Oh, the queens. Oh, can't quite get that last medevac. 22 HP in full retreat. He can't unload either, because if he does, it's one at a time.
Oh, he's
the corruptor. MVP. MVP. This corruptor.
Oh my god.
That misclick. Oh my god. Impact, ladies and gentlemen, will take the game finally. This is the best TVZ I've cast in recent days. 3-3 now in the favor of nobody, because it's tied up, boys and girls. Holy crap.
Oh, that was almost the biggest throw ever.
I know, and my voice is this high pitched because I can't believe what we just watched. But Impact takes it in the end. Oh my god, heart attacks aside, guys. What a good fucking series. Pardon my swearing, too excited to tone myself down.